And we're back at Thurlby Field. I'm Don Wittella. Julie Duffing joins me here as she's been on before. And you're a cross-country coach. Whatever wanted you to coach cross-country? It just seems like a coach where you see the girls or guys, both?
Mm-hmm.
Both guys go. And all of a sudden they run out of your sight.
They're never out of my sight.
Tell me about a typical practice and how you interchange with the boys and girls.
Well, first of all, I started running when I was in high school, and then I ran in college, so it just kind of grew from there. But a typical practice, we have some things that we do that are specific every week. We have a long run, we have a couple easy runs, and then we have 2 hard workouts every week.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I'm on the bike following them.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm in the car meeting them halfway. This summer I tried to start running with some of them, and I'm running with some of the kids that at the beginning of the summer that were kind of struggling and just learning and just starting. I ran with them until I could get in shape, and now they're beating me. So.
Now, where is your practice? Where do you run? Do you run through downtown Traverse City? Do you run out in the country? Tell us.
We meet usually at St. Francis every day, and then we go wherever we need to go. We do a lot of runs out the peninsula. We do a lot of runs towards Sutton's Bay on the Tart Trail, sometimes towards Acme on the Tart Trail. Sometimes we hit the trails. It's hard because we have about 32 kids, so to get everybody where they need to be. And I have a few drivers from the high school team that they can put kids in the car, but I don't really like to put kids in other kids' cars, so it makes it a little difficult.
You also like to keep them off of roadways, don't you?
We
vehicles?
try. Yeah, we do. But, they know to run against traffic. They know to stay off the side when a car comes. They've heard me yell at them enough to get out of the way. You don't ever want to challenge a car, but, we always tell them run against traffic so that you can see it if it's coming at you.
Okay, what's the distance on a cross-country run?
Well, we actually race 3.1 or a 5K, but our long run depends on the number of miles we want to have that week. So this summer, kids were we started off pretty easy, like 7 or 8 miles on our long run, and we've now worked up to about 12. Some of them are doing 12 on our long days. We still have a few kids that are not quite at that distance yet, and I don't want to kill them. So some of them we've got a couple different tiers of levels. So.
Tell us some of your opponents.
We are Lake Michigan Conference, but we also run against Benzie and Kingsley, Hart from downstate, very, very talented team. So we run against, every weekend it's somebody different wherever we go, but there's always that main group that you usually see everywhere. So we'll see Charlevoix this year, I think, like 5 times, and we've not seen them in the past, but maybe once at the conference meet. We'll see them about 5 times this year. So.
Who is your best recruiter, the coach or the kids?
Oh, I think the kids for sure.
Getting their friends to come?
Yeah, for sure. They tell the kids, you got to come out. You got to come hang with us. We're not really a team. We're more of a family. And so we do a lot of things together. The boys this morning went to breakfast at the Flapjack Shack after practice, and they arranged it. So, I think it's, like the football team. They're a lot bigger. We're a lot smaller, but we're tight-knit group. So
what's the goal?
Our goal is, obviously our girls, I think we can be top 10 this year in the state and maybe even top 5. The boys, we'd really like to be top 7. So it's kind of our goal this year. The boys are running well. They're very, very young. We only have 2 seniors. And so we're being led by a sophomore who just set a new PR of 16:31. He's 15 seconds off the record board now.
Wow.
So, and we were being led by a very young freshman girl who went 18:45 at Benzie.
So the end of this whole thing with all these youngsters, you're going to be back next year.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, I just took a job at St. Francis.
Did you?
So I am now going to be working in the high school. I'm retiring after 25 years of being a teacher at Kingsley Schools. Okay. And I'll be starting at St. Francis High School on October 14th.
Good luck to you.
So thank you. I'm excited.
Nice to have you on.
Thank you.
Okay, the cross-country team. We'll hear more about them as the season goes along. Superintendent Mike Buell is here as he steps into the forefront, and we're going to talk with Mike a little bit about some of the things that are happening at Traverse City St. Francis Schools. And there's a lot happening at St. Francis Schools. They've got a big project going, and we'll find out about that when Superintendent Mike sits down. And usually we have the president of the LJN couldn't be here tonight, so Mike, you've got you're on air. You're the man. You can say what you want. So nice to have you, Mike.
Might not want to give me that kind of license.
And I was just talking as you were getting ready. There's some big things have happened at Traverse City St. Francis schools this year. Tell us what is the big thing.
Sure. Well, we opened our new elementary school, Immaculate Conception, and it's been about a 7-year project from vision to completion, probably 4 years fundraising. About $15.5 million. So we got that money, all private, fund a bunch of generous people and foundations and folks in Traverse. And we got a nice vision set for the beauty of it. And it's hard to describe to people who haven't seen it, but it's beautiful. As elementary schools go, I would say not very often do you think beautiful, but over there, beautiful.
Mike, I think it was on Thursday. I went over and went through the school. I know
Yeah.
you offered to give me the tour once, but you're busy, so I said I was going by that way, and I stopped in. School hadn't started yet, of course.
Yep.
Wow,
Right.
wow! I was just flabbergasted.
Yeah, it's funny. I think the vision, Rick Skenzel, our architect, is local. When you look at it, we could have searched the whole country for somebody who could develop that vision, but I think God led us to Rick, and it's kind of a wow building. The chapel inside of it is kind of inspiring. It's the kind of beauty that inspires, and I think really the whole building, its vision is one that you hope people see their faith in when they look at it and they think about young children's hearts and souls.
I saw teachers working in the classroom getting ready for school start. What are they saying?
It's the darndest thing. Now, this is not new. They're just joyful, and they always have been. And I met with the teachers this week, and when we had our dedication, I said, this building's beautiful, and what the beauty has really done is revealed the beauty that's inside and in the hearts of our children, of our faculty members. And I think we've always been that beautiful. We just we had an old ugly duckling there on the outside that was beautiful once in its own heyday. Yeah. But I love our teachers. I love the faculty, and the idea that they now have a building that really represents what they bring to work every day is a real testament to them.
The old building, Mike, I came to Traverse City about the mid-'50s,
Sure.
And I played independent basketball for Rennie Oil for 10 years or so. Rennie Oil, maybe you remember that name, maybe you don't. They're not in business anymore. But we used to play basketball in the old IC gym.
Yeah.
Now, that's back in the 50s. How old was that school?
Well, it's 51, 53, right around there.
Okay.
It's a 50s building.
Okay.
We were able to grab one beautiful piece of stained glass, and it's a full 2-story, probably a 8-foot by 2-story piece of stained glass that goes beautiful. Up it's got a picture of the Holy Family next to the stairwell. It's really pretty. And then also originally in that school, there was that older part, right, from 1906.
Yeah.
And in the chapel, the crucifix in the chapel is from the 1906 church. And so there's a couple neat pieces of history in there.
Now, you got that project done. What can you go forward? What's on the boards now?
Well, I know everybody's staring at our high school going,
it's old.
Hey, what are you gonna do something, right? But that building has got great bones.
Okay.
And so it won't be too long. We're gonna take a deep breath and start our vision for the high school campus. And in about a year or less, we'll probably start rolling over there. And the auditorium needs a look. The athletic facilities need look. Our science and technology all need a hard look, and the integration of science and technology into faith and reason. Our arts programs all need a little love over there. And we got to figure out it can't stay that ugly after we built the new place. Those poor kids. But it's the same deal, Don. That school's faculty, a lot of longtime people over there, a lot of love for the place, and we have to let that building reveal what lies inside there, too.
What's happening with enrollment?
Enrollment's good. We've been steady for a while, and people could say, well, steady. Well, we grow a little bit every year. I don't know what our final number will be next Tuesday or so, but we'll be close to the same maybe we'll get a little bump. We'd be glad for that. But I think as the market shrinks, whenever we stay the same size, it's good. The other thing is, though, we just are who we are, and we just have to stick to our mission, and that is the salvation of souls, and we hang on that and offer kind of unparalleled education and secular knowledge and all. And so very important for us to just be who we are, make sure our hearts are open to God, people know who our identity is, and that they can find us.
Only one way to get to heaven.
Through Him, right?
That's right. That's right. The salvation of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and we stick right to that,
Yeah,
huh?
good.
And
I know you've been on for years with me, Mike, and I always appreciate the things that you say and how you take the school. You don't take it for granted, do you?
No,
Yeah.
no, I sure don't.
Yeah.
It is it's so good to my own family. My kids are Brady's our oldest, but fourth generation and all. And, of course, you've been here for 3 of the
54
generations. Thank you.
Brady, kicking down to Central Michigan?
Yeah, had his first start last night. Punted last night after 2 years. The last time I saw him play was in high school.
Yeah.
And so we were thrilled for him. He's nervous and stuff and got his jitters out and stuff.
Did the Chips win?
Kicked a huge ball. Chips won.
Okay.
Chips won. Brady launched a 52-yard missile out of the end zone.
Oh, great.
And everybody breathed a sigh of relief and went, okay, he's ready to roll. And we're so proud of him. And him practicing his faith down at school is most important to us.
Good.
And staying close to Jesus. So we're thrilled that he got a little action and thrilled that he knows the glory goes north here.
To the Lord.
Yeah.
Mike, we could talk for another hour here,
Yeah.
but my time is running close.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Don.
The next time I want you on is down at Ford Field.
Can we please? Come on. Don, thanks for everything. Thanks for your service to our school, service to LDR, to WLJN, and your whole history with us.
Appreciate it.
Much appreciated.
Thanks
God bless.
much. You bet.
Bye-bye.
Mike Buell, Superintendent of the Grand Traverse Area Catholic Schools. Okay, we're going to tell you about some of the former players as the Gladiators lead it here 17-10 at halftime. We'll be back with Tom Hardy right after this timeout. They're going to be mad. They just used up my halftime. (17:10). Tom Hardy, you're here. We promised people we're going to talk a little bit about some of the former players. What's happening? I understand some are in the professional ranks now.
They are, Don. They are, and I want to make sure that we mention Brady Buell because he got his first start last night. So how fun was that to watch? I saw you talking with
his dad.
With his dad, and Quinn Murphy, another kicker. We talked about other kickers that are playing in college. Quinn's in college right now, but Don, you talk about some of the lineage that we started, and it started with number 44, Max Bulla. And so Max played for MSU, obviously, and then he got a chance with Houston Texans and played with Houston for a little bit. And now Max, he coached at Traverse City Central last year for a year, and now he's coaching at the University of Cincinnati. He's an assistant D-line coach, and got a chance to talk to him earlier in the week, and he's loving every part of it.
He's married?
He is married and living down there and starting the coaching. He just loves being a part of the team, and he that's evident in every watching him play everywhere we went. And his brother Riley, MSU, he played at Tampa Bay, and then he was playing with Tennessee, and unfortunately he had an injury. But so we'll see where that takes him for the rest of the year. But he played in the pros. Joey Carriage, went from U of M, walk-on, captain, ended at Green Bay, and then this year he's at the Cleveland Browns.
Oh.
And what a great story to join Damon Shahid Giuseppe. I mean, what an incredible story to watch somebody pursue their dream. And you had Coach Duffing on here, who he ran track for as a sprinter, but he was a basketball player.
Never played football.
We watched him play basketball in our gym, and he was really good and helped our teams get down to the state finals. Very good athlete, but he had the opportunity to run track in college. Then said, hey, I might as well go up for the football team in junior college. And he wasn't sure he even made it, so he just kept continuing to go.
I wanted to butt in here a second, Tom, because I still blame Joe Carriage for getting hurt as a senior, not playing the senior year. I think the semifinals that year, Joe Carriage would have given us a state champion.
Oh, gosh, did we miss Joe? Joe was what an unbelievable athlete and
man.
Just better person.
Wasn't he?
Just a better kid to have
You're
around.
right.
And,
You're right.
That's I'm sure Mike talked about it at halftime, but building those kind of kids is what we're really all after, and that's what these guys are doing. They build their dream and they live their dream, and they had an opportunity to go play in the pros. And Damon, for him to follow that dream, he played 2 years of junior college and then sat out for 2 years chasing a collegiate dream.
Yep.
First punt in 3 years of competition, touchdown. That's what you get for having 4.3 speed, and it's just been super fun to watch him. And, we went to high school with his mom, Shauna, and it's just been fun.
Now, what happened in the first half? You got some stats there?
I do, Don. Just a quick scoring recap. At 6:23 in the first quarter, Glads got on the board first. Owen Mueller, number 10, with a 9-yard touchdown run. Andrew Bliss kicked, and so it made the Glads up 7-0. With 11:19 just into the second quarter, Aiden Schmuckel on a 2-yard run. And Andrew Bliss, again, with the extra point. So Glads were up 14-0. And at that point, the Glads defensively were really doing very well. And Marquette had only -2 yards before that long pass that set up Drew Weibel's 12-yard field goal with 9:14 left in the second quarter. It was 14-3. 6:32 left in the second quarter. Andrew Bliss replied with a 17-yard field goal, make it 17-3. And then Marquette scored with 3:23 left in the half on a Colin Hicks 5-yard pass from Austin Riddle. 17-10 is where we stand right now, starting the third quarter.
Any other, we're getting ready to kick it off here. Marquette's going to kick off to Traverse City St. Francis. So the Glads way back there. They have Owen Mueller in the center of the field, back right near the goal line. This kicker for Marquette can put a foot